going to the Costco and the gym if we ever leave. Now, Joey realized when he looked in the rearview mirror that he didn't fix his hair. He didn't fix his hair to go to the Costco and the gym. I, on the other hand, am going to the gym with my COVID mask acne. So, we're at the Costco and we've got some things we don't need, but we got some things we do too. So the first trade out I'm going to show you guys is rice. I showed you the recipe for my cauliflower fried rice. And if you are looking for convenience and you don't want to rice your own cauliflower, this stuff is awesome. It's 6 pouches. You can put it in the microwave if you want, if you just want to use it as rice. I personally like to put it in a pan and cook it the way you saw me do the fried rice. But that's my first trade out, is I don't ever eat actual rice anymore. I only eat the cauliflower rice. As you know, I don't think that the cauliflower necessarily takes the place of potato in everything, but that one I do like. We grabbed some fish oil, which is a great supplement to take. So the Kirkland brand of all the supplements have usually been fantastic for things like that, like fish oil and just, those basic sorts of supplements. I grabbed some protein bars. I don't like to get the bulk of my protein from protein bars, but the Kirkland ones are 21 grams of protein and they are 190 calories. So they're basically good macros, same as a few other brands. They have 23 carbs, so if you're keto, you might have a problem with that. But I did find a different flavor combination that they don't usually have. This is chocolate brownie and chocolate chip cookie dough. So that's those. That's another trade out that I make for sometimes when I want things that are chocolate. And the Victoria brand marinara actually came out equal to the Rayo's. It's a little bit cheaper and the jar is a little bigger, so that was the deal. And they have this. I'm testing this because I wanted a protein powder that was casein. I only use whey isolate, but this one is a mix. One scoop is 140 calories, but it's 25 grams of protein, and it has egg, albumin, a couple of different whey proteins, including isolate and the casein. And what I'm looking for it for is to use later in the evening because the casein is slower digesting. So this Muscle Farm Combat Protein Powder, cookies and cream was the only choice I had, and it is a huge 6-pound bag, but it's like $23 for this bag. So if you just need value protein powder that's going to last a long time, I will do a taste test on that one because that is a brand I have not used before, and I'm super picky about protein powder, but I use that in a lot of things. Okay, so my favorite noodle swap out is Healthy Noodle. I showed you guys these on the channel, I believe. If I haven't, I'm getting ready to put up a video with those. So Healthy Noodle is one thing that I buy from Costco. Another thing I get from here are salmon burgers. When you need a quickie, this is a good way to go. 170 calories for one burger and 20 grams of protein. So not a bad deal for throw it in the air fryer and you're ready to go with a side. Let's see, what else do I get here? My spinach and bell pepper egg white bites for when I'm too lazy to make egg white bites in the egg white egg bite thingy that I have. And these chicken skewers. Lifesaver. When you don't have anything to eat, these chicken skewers are the bomb. And they are 150 calories for 2 skewers and 24 grams of protein. So, good deal there. Now, it's not my favorite Greek yogurt, but I usually put other things in my Greek yogurt anyway, so I am buying the Kirkland's Greek yogurt today because I'm out and I need it and I'm here, and I usually put other things in it, like frozen berries. So I'm not too worried about that. And I'm gonna look over here and see what else I can find. I'll be back. So I did make one more find at the Costco, and that was Well, two. I'm not sure. Did I show you the egg bites? I might have. I'm filming this in bits and pieces and I'm getting kind of confused. But these are small pouches of cooked chicken breast, which you could do yourself to make it cheaper, but sometimes you just need quick chicken breast to throw in your lunchbox. So one pouch is 130 calories and it is 21 grams of protein. So pouches of chicken breast to throw in my lunchbox. That was a good deal. If I didn't show them to you, I did also grab my, much like a popular coffee place's egg bites. I think I did show you those because I make them myself, but sometimes I need to just run out of the house like I'm running from the law because I get up too late for work. And this will save me from having to go down to the cafeteria and make hard choices. So that is one of my best swap out tips. Stock the house with things that you can eat quickly and easily in case you don't have time for your grand plans, because sometimes you just have to get out of the house like you're running from the law. So that's all I have from Costco. We are going to go check out, and this video may have some swap outs from things that I have at home too. So while Joey fills up the car, we can look at this Coach Greg approved Kirkland signature chocolate chip cookie dough protein bar because I'm starving and I need a little sneaky snacky. So let's see. Protein bar, so we're not confused. Protein bar. I like the size of it. It's a decent size. It's got 1 sugar, 3 carbs, 21 grams of protein, and 15 grams of fiber. And this is the chocolate chip cookie dough flavor. I decided to try the chocolate chip cookie dough flavor because that is usually the flavor that I don't love in things. So we'll see how it goes. I put y'all in the holder. You can see Joey in the background filling up the car. So we'll do a little taste test of the chocolate chip cookie dough. No, it says no artificial flavors and made with real chocolate. Gluten-free if you're interested. And I believe I gave you the other breakdowns earlier. It's 100 and I want to say it was 190 calories. It is. It's 190 calories and 21 grams of protein. So, you know, about your average protein bar breakdown. I really am dying to make Coach Greg's protein bars, but I am waiting for my fiber. I couldn't get fiber, yum. I'm waiting for my Vita Fiber to come, and Amazon keeps pushing back the date. These are good. They're not quite as dense as some can be. Some of them you can't chew at all. I mean, I would debate whether it tastes like chocolate chip cookie dough or not. I think it tastes like protein bar with chocolate bits, but serves the purpose, has decent macros, isn't terrible, and was a really good price. A really good price. If we're this lucky with the protein powder, we'll be in good shape. So while I was shopping, I was telling you some of the things I swap out. I swap out those particular healthy noodles for noodles. I don't order any online because I just don't want to spend that much on noodles. The ones from Costco, I can just grab locally. So I get those. If you don't have access to those, order them online. But I do have access, so those are the ones I grabbed. They seem to work. I'm chewing. They seem to work in Italian dishes and Asian dishes. So I'm pretty happy with those noodles. I don't know what they're made out of. I can look and see, and I'll let y'all know. But they're not those mushroom noodles. Those mushroom noodles have an off-putting smell that I just can't get around. And I can't do it. I've tried. I gave it my best shot. I can't do it. I just can't. So I trade out special seasoning blends that I order online that are sugar-free for regular seasoning blends that often have a lot of sugar in them. Kind of look a wreck. It's windy and it's getting cold. We don't know what to do with that kind of weather. I bought gloves because by the time it's cold enough to wear gloves, they'll have the bathing suits out. I swap out Flavor God, but there's also Fresh Jack and there's a few other kinds. Swap out spices that don't have extra calories in them. All of my spices are 0 calorie. I never drink my calories, almost never. Can't really ever say never. I almost never drink my calories because I just feel like that's a waste. So most of my water flavorings or drinks that I purchase are 0 calorie. I don't really do sodas anymore because they're just kind of, once I have a few, I just want to keep drinking them. So when I stopped soda, I just stopped it altogether, even the diet ones, but everybody doesn't have to do that. That's just me. Let's see, what else do I swap out? I swap out PB2 for peanut butter 100% of the time because that's just a calorie waste that you don't need, in my opinion. If you need the texture of the peanut butter for something, or if calories don't matter to you, that is a swap out you don't need to make. But I swap out PB2 for peanut butter 100% of the time. Let's see, what else do I swap out? I swap out low calorie wraps for pizza crust and bread wherever I can. 60 calorie or less wrap, which are easy for me to find in my local stores. I don't have to go anywhere special. I don't have to order them online. I do use regular ass white bread in Coach Greg's French toast because I really like that French toast. I put a bunch of blueberries on it. I use 0 calorie syrup and I use egg whites. I also use vanilla and cinnamon for those. I use the regular bread because I tried it with a higher fiber bread and it just wasn't as good. It didn't get as fluffy and it didn't get as filling and it just wasn't as good. He is 100% right. Like he says, 99.6% of the time is what he claims, or 99.96. Anyway, he's totally right about the regular ass bread. Use the regular ass bread and it's fine. But normally my bread swap out is Dave's seed bread, the thin sliced one. That one is 70 calories per slice and I usually use 1 slice. I will use the I use the 0 fat Greek yogurt for the regular Greek yogurt. I go 000 usually if I'm getting the Fayet, or with the Kirkland's I just got the 0. I don't notice a huge difference, especially because I'm normally putting some protein powder or some berries or some sugar-free Jell-O powder in there. Sugar-free Jell-O cheesecake is my favorite to put in there, and then you throw some berries in it and it tastes like dessert. I'm trying to think of what other swaps I use, and I can't come up with any other ones right now. If I do come up with some other ones, I will add them to additional videos as I'm cooking things or as I'm talking about things, but I don't want you guys to get seasick because I know the fan bothered some people, so definitely driving in the car will bother some people. So I'm going to cut us off here, but 0 calorie drink stuff, 0 calorie drink flavoring, 0 calorie syrups, chocolate syrup, pancake syrup, caramel syrup, flavorings and seasonings. I try and get 0 calorie for all of those things because the more flavor you can add with no calories, the better. And I try to stay with my lower calorie fruits when I add them to the yogurt. Now, a small aside on calorie counting. I talked about intuitive eating and I talked about calorie counting. I know that calorie counting is not for everybody. I have been in a calorie deficit for 13 months now, and I'm strongly considering going to 1 day a week or a couple of days a month where I eat at my maintenance calories just to kind of transition, because I'm so close to my goal. I only have 9 more pounds to go, but 9 pounds is a significant amount at the size that I am now. And I have been in a calorie deficit for a long time. Not an extreme calorie deficit, but a calorie deficit nonetheless. I don't go more than a 500 calorie deficit. I know some people do a 200 or 300 calorie deficit. That just makes things take a little bit longer. But if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. I personally don't feel like intuitive eating will work for me right now. I do hope to get to the point where I do not have to always count calories. Once I get to maintenance and know what maintenance looks like, I think that that's probably the way that I'll go. But right now, I haven't ever done my maintenance amount of calories, so I don't really know what that looks like. I only know what my deficit calories look like. And so, for the time being, while I am still trying to lose a little bit more, and while I'm upping my activity with lifting, I am going to continue to count, because I want to see patterns, and I want to see, where I lose, where I gain, if I have stalls like I'm having right now. I can initiate new things, like having a day of maintenance calories, and kind of see what that is. Do I even want to eat that much right now? I'm not sure, because I'm really never hungry on the calories that I'm on. Every once in a while, I'll have a day where I'm just starving, but it's usually after a couple of really heavy days of work. I walk a lot of steps at work. I usually get 25K steps at work, and that also involves moving beds, moving large people, walking very briskly, sometimes walking between departments several times a day. So I do get a lot of my steps in, and I get some actual activity in as well. So we'll kind of see where the intuitive eating falls out for me. But right now, I'm going to continue to track. I think I'm going to weigh myself less often, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not seeing huge changes in my weight like I was at the beginning, and I find that a little demotivating sometimes. Like right now, I got to be honest, it's been a little demotivating to only see, a 2-pound change in a month and a half. I know that that's still a decent amount when you break it down to the percentages and all of that stuff. But when you're used to seeing a bigger change, and you start to see those smaller changes, and the body changes that you see in the mirror are not as huge, you start to feel like you're not making forward progress. Sometimes, at least I do. I can only speak for me. So I think I'm going to cut back on weighing myself. I'm not going to cut back on weighing my food. I'm not going to cut back on tracking my calories and what I eat. But I am going to cut back on weighing my own personal self. And I am going to probably institute a eat at maintenance calories day, perhaps once a week, perhaps once every 2 weeks, and see if that does anything for me. Yeah, I'm kind of in a try it and see phase right now. I know it's calories in, calories out, and if you're not losing, you should just drop the calories that you're at. But I'm at kind of the lowest amount of calories I want to be at, with including my new workout plan in there, because it's a pretty consistent lifting plan, and I don't want to lose muscle. So, in fact, I'm trying to put on muscle. So I don't want to change that right now. So that's where we are. That was our fun, exciting trip to Costco. That is a few of the trade outs that I make. I will probably think of ones that I left out. I might be able to drop some down in the box below, and I might be able to add some to the next cooking video that I put up. So if there's anything particular that you guys would like to see, I know trade outs was asked for, I know body dysmorphia was asked for, I know, I can't remember what else. There were some other things that were asked for in the comments. So anything that you're interested in seeing, or you're interested in knowing how I've instituted it, I'll probably definitely add packing and planning work food in there, because I know a lot of us have to do that. Drop it in the comments, and I'll try and add it in. I will also try and have a more regular upload schedule. I don't really know what that'll look like yet, but I will come up with one. So I'll talk to y'all later.